Hello, once again, this is Brother Teacher. This video, hopefully brief, is about karate students, practitioners who are seeking rank in the martial arts or their respective systems or styles that they are aligned to. Chasing rank, as some of us might say, instructors. Here, recently, I had a senior advanced student come to me and ask me when is the next scheduled promotion for students. Now, I took this a certain way. I didn't respond the way that I took it. I sort of shunned it off, and I gave them some short answer, but I didn't really like the question, because as a senior and or advanced student, you should really know that you never ask your instructor, at least from a traditional standpoint, when do you get promoted, or when is there going to be a promotion test again. Traditionally, that's not acceptable, especially if you are a black belt. I have to make that little footnote. You don't ever ask for promotion. Now, how do you know to even ask your instructor, your senior instructor, to say the least, when do we get promoted again? Well, let me say this. In Asia, traditionally speaking, if you ask, for example, in Japan, your sensei that question, you might get some push-ups or some very harsh punishment. Okinawa as well, China, Korea also, just as an example. But only in America, it seems that we don't seem to embody the true martial understanding, or the understanding of martial science and its traditions. And even if it were not martial arts per se, there are just certain things that you don't ask your seniors in a whole lot of different areas. On your job, here in America, in the police department, in the military, when is my next promotion to my rank as sergeant, or my rank as captain, if you're in the military, and so on and so forth. You don't ask those questions. You simply trust the person that's in power to know what they're doing. So to ask your senior instructor in the martial arts when is the next promotion test is to sort of make the statement that they don't know what they're doing. So let me qualify this and say to you, if I am the instructor, I have to know my students and know them very, very well. That's my job, to know them. And I know virtually everything about them and their character. I know if they're training. I know their time that they've been with me. Which are those things that should be taken into consideration before you even consider promoting a student? It's not just how long you have been with your teacher. It's not just time. Oh, it's been 5 years, 6 years, 7 years that I've been at this rank. It doesn't matter how many years you've been there alone. That's only one aspect that should be considered. It is also, do you know the material? It is also, how well can you perform the syllabus, the techniques that are requirements at your particular rank. And the biggest thing, here we go, the biggest thing that should be taken into consideration is your character. Hello. Listen to me very carefully. The biggest thing that should be taken into consideration is your character. What type of human being are you? And I'm going to say this. Many people join martial arts schools, dojos, dojames, quoons, training halls, if you will, for various reasons. And sometimes people chase rank because they just want to make a statement to someone. They might have a family member or know someone that has just been promoted in their style or their system, and they want to show off, so it makes them feel a little less. So they want to show off and exhibit to them that, I'm just as high in rank as you are, or even beyond you. That's your ego. Or maybe you just simply think that it's been a while, I want to add another belt or another notch to my belt, or depending on what your system or style is, or another certificate to my portfolio, so that I can feel special and feel like I have arrived. But I'm going to say this again. What about your character, and what is your reason for even considering that you should be promoted? Do you know what you think that you know? And oftentimes, unfortunately, instructors have lost students for this very reason. I haven't been promoted, or this other individual has been promoted over me, and it should have been me. I've experienced that before over the years, and that person gets jealous or upset, oftentimes quiet, and they acquiesce or they back away, and they subtly leave class, never ever really confronting you or having a conversation with you, because they assume that they deserve something that they don't deserve, insulting you, the instructor, indirectly, thinking that you have somehow or another deserved them, and you really did not. They just did not deserve it. I'm sorry, it's just that way. But let me tell you, instructors that may be watching this video right now, be encouraged. Hold fast to your principles if you are the real deal, as I am. I don't care if I lose a student, or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, to their arrogance, to their lack of understanding, to their ego. I don't care. I'd rather have a few students that are devoted, dedicated, who understand how things should be, as opposed to someone chasing rank who don't train on a regular basis, who don't know the material as they should, who are not even willing to put the work in to know the material. as they should. And if they are willing to do the work and put the time in to know the material, which requires some effort, then and only then would they potentially be eligible to go to any other rank. But you should never ask your instructor about rank. If you do what you're supposed to do, and if you do what you have been taught to do, if you've been doing it, the question of when the next test is would never even come to your mind in the first place. It's really that simple. But only in America do people think like this. Hello? The real problem is that we have to measure up to what we're supposed to be and stop trying to bring things that are above us down to our level, as opposed to us going up and measuring up to its level. That's it. And that's all.